It's Heart Month, and Bon Secours wants to help make sure you can access the risks you have to avoid having heart-related problems. Here to talk to us about that and talk us through some of those risk factors is Upstate Cardiology's Dr. Daniel Green. Always good to see you, Dr. Green. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Fresh from Hawaii, which did some great things for your heart health, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Relaxed.
I think maybe I should just live out there.
I mean, just so we can be healthy.
Right.
That's right. It's for my heart.
It's just for
Split your
health.
time between here and there because we need you here in the Upstate. Of course, everyone's talking about hearts this month and heart health especially. Let's talk about the risk factors. What are some of the things that we should take into consideration when someone's trying to assess their risk for heart-related issues?
Absolutely. I kind of break them down into sort of three categories. There's the stuff that's kind of out of our control. And that's, gender. Men tend to have more heart disease than women do, although heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Things like our family history, the genes that we were handed down from our parents, those are sort of the things that are out of our control. There are things that affect us in our health in terms of blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, those types of diseases that are things that maybe are somewhat related to how we live our lives, but also can be related to our genetics. And those are things you need doctors to kind of help intervene with and help manage. And then there are the category of things that are kind of completely within our control. That's how active we are, whether we're smoking or not, the kind of sleep we're getting, the kind of stress level we have in our diet. So there are a lot of things that we can do without needing any kind of professional help that we can help reduce our risk of heart disease.
I think what's crazy is like obviously smoking. That's a no, okay, it's bad. But sleep has become so much more. People are putting so much more emphasis on sleep.
Yeah,
lately.
and I think we're just sort of coming to understand that more and more. When we look at sleep, it's interesting too because it's sort of what we call a U-shaped curve. There's sort of a sweet spot when it comes to sleep, and that's in that 7 to 8 hours a day range. People that get a lot more sleep than that tend to have worse health outcomes, and people who get a lot less sleep than that tend to have worse outcomes. Now, as a whole, American society does not get enough sleep. We average somewhere around 6 or 6.5 hours of sleep a night. And really, we should be getting more in that 7 to 8-hour range. And I think all that leads back a little bit to stress, managing stress, having a stressful life. All of those, the stresses on our life can be as bad for you as smoking. They can be as bad for you as diabetes.
Because think too, like it's a circle. You're not sleeping great. You're tired. You're not going to go work out because you're tired, and then you're going to eat something probably not great for you, and then you're going to have the guilt for doing that, and you're just going to start it over.
And then a family cycle of like, then you do that, then your kids see you do that, and then your kids will pass it down.
Yeah, exactly. I think part of it is how you feel during the day, but the actual process of sleep itself is restorative for your body. It helps your body heal. It helps reduce stress. It reduces inflammation. There's even a process that goes on in your brain where it's washing out sort of the chemicals that have been building in your brain during the day. We also know that sleep apnea, which is really poor sleep where you're not getting good restorative sleep throughout the night, can be a risk factor for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes too.
Gosh, I mean, if someone is watching this segment today and wants to learn more about their personal heart health, you guys are making it easy, like an online assessment?
Absolutely. There's an online assessment. I think it'll be linked in the Your Carolina website, where you can click and you can answer a few questions, about 10 questions or so. It kind of gives viewers an idea about where they stand in terms of their heart health. When you've finished it, it'll give you a little summary and it'll show you some areas that you can work on. And there are things that you can do yourself, like being active and getting enough sleep. And then there are other things that you might need to get a physician involved where you can help get things under control.
It's important information. It could save a life, especially during this month, to be able to say, hey, it's time for me to have that assessment to kind of see some of the things I'm doing in my life that I can improve on, and like some family history things that you can't really control, but maybe that means you need to go get some tests done to make sure that everything's running the way it's supposed to.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Thank you, Dr. Green.
We love it when
appreciate
you come on. Bon Secours does a great job. All the information right there.